If you want to build a lean, muscular physique, you got to spend some money. Well, that's what the fitness industry would like you to think. I mean, you got to buy pre-workout, energy drinks, protein powder, creatine, gym membership, and even the exercise equipment itself. But what if you're trying to pinch a penny where you can and still get the best physique you possibly can get? In this video, I'm going to save you $1,174 on gym equipment by showing you how to make all this stuff for free. Before we get into our list of 12 different items, go ahead and comment down below an exercise equipment piece that you'd like to see a free version of. But anyways, let's get to item number one. I don't own a Tib bar. I think they cost like $130. I know it's big in the knees over toe, knee bulletproofing community. Maybe it's worth it, I don't know, I've never used it. But here's something else that I like to do from time to time, and it works pretty good. So if you want to train your tibialis and you don't have one of those Tib bars and you don't have a Tib raise machine, well, if you grab a kettlebell, slip it onto your foot like that, and then put your leg on the bench, well, you can train your tibialis. And it's definitely a little unstable, a little wobbly, but if you've got heavy enough kettlebells, this can definitely do the trick. Plus they're single leg, so I mean that's kind of a benefit, I guess. The next item I have here is a dip belt. So you can use it for more than just dips. I personally have used it more for weighted pull-ups than anything else, but you just loop the chain through the weight. You have the belt around your waist. And then you've just added 45 pounds to your body weight. And with that extra weight, you can progress on things like dips and pull-ups. But $65 is kind of getting into the realm of real money, so maybe you don't want to spend that on a dip belt. Just one little trick I can show you. So take your dumbbell, whatever weight, this is 45 pounds, then bring it up around here, and this takes a little bit of balance. Then you have to cross your legs. Okay? Now, if you really want, you can get that right foot underneath the left one, really lock it in, and that's just as good as the dip belt. And you can bail out easier. Hey, if you're enjoying, don't forget to like and subscribe to let me know. Thanks. Back to number 3. For this one, I don't actually have the product. I think there might be one in here, but I don't know where it is. I know there used to be, so I've used it before. It's called an arm blaster. I think it'll cost like $80 or something like that. It's pretty nice. It's good for isolating your biceps or your brachioradialis, right? It kind of takes any sort of shoulder out of the movement, but it's not necessary. And honestly, there's other versions of other exercises that I think are better. I'm going to show you something here that more closely replicates the arm blaster, but I think there's other exercises that are even better. So, all you do is you get this barbell set around armpit height, and you grab whatever dumbbells you need to curl, and then you just do it like this. Now your arms aren't going to look as huge as using the actual arm blaster, because there's not this big flat bar pushing them out, but this is going to do the same thing. So give it a shot. This is just a gripper from Grip Genie. The whole set I think is 120 something, 130 bucks. I don't know. But I do love these, and they're super fun. Just to train your crushing strength, right? Your finger flexors, a little bit of your thumb get involved, but if you don't want to, I guess, spend that much money on just your forearms, here's something else you can do. I'm not even going to cut. I'm just going to back up and show you that I had this towel hanging here, and this is going to get the same kind of strength. Oh. Might make you spin around, but It's the same kind of strength, just crushing, right? Finger flexors, your thumb a bit. Sure, it's isometric, but honestly, the grippers are pretty close to isometric anyways, so not a bad option. Just take a towel, hang it on the bar, and see how long you can hang. Maybe add weight if you want to go up in some sort of progression. Add time too, that's good. This is a landmine attachment. It's kind of all tucked away in the corner, and it looks like nobody's been using it because it's covered in a bunch of junk, so I'm not going to get it out. But basically, this hinges. You've got a barbell inside of it. It lets you do a lot of pretty interesting creative movements that are a little bit more stable than your traditional barbell exercises. But these can be kind of expensive. You're definitely not going to buy it for a commercial gym, and even for your home gym, you might not want to spend the cash. So I'm going to show you what I actually used to do back in my basement gym. All right. Oh shit. So here I am back at my basement gym at my parents' house, where I lifted for a good majority of my early lifting career. I don't know, first half of my lifting career. Anyways, so what you need is a corner, right? You could use a corner on a wall or really anything, but some sort of little corner. And then what you do is you grab your barbell. I have this one. Now, all you need is a tennis ball and a box cutter. And this trick, I got to credit Coop with Garage Gyms. But basically, I'm going to make 2 cuts. Ooh, and you really shouldn't do this on your bench. So 1 cut like that. And then 1 cut like that right there. And then you do the same thing on the other side. Once you have that cut, you can go over to your barbell. You slip the tennis ball on. Ooh, over the end of the barbell like that. The finishing touch, putting it all together. That could have been smoother. Now you got a landmine to do whatever you want with. So fat grips are another pretty popular item. Basically, if you don't know what they are, it's a little piece of rubber that goes around a dumbbell or a barbell and makes it a fatter grip, right? A lot of times people use them on curls, which I don't think there's any real benefit to that. I mean, sure, you're going to work your forearms a little bit more, but that's not what we're trying to do when we're doing bicep curls. So me personally, I like to use them just when I do wrist curls, right? Because then we're actually putting our fingers in a little bit more lengthened position, and I personally feel like I can then kind of engage the finger flexors a little bit more. So if you don't want to spend the cash on some rubber covers for your dumbbells, this is actually something else you could do. Now that I've already shown you how to set up a landmine, I'm going to show you how to use your landmine, your discount landmine, to replace a fat grip. And this is literally it. This is all. You can add weight here, right? And that's going to make it heavier. But this is actually, I mean, this feels really good. And you actually kind of get it to arc in a path that almost feels more natural for your wrist. So, I'd definitely recommend that. A little bit of setup with the landmine and getting the bench and everything. But, hey, beats spending, $40 on some fat grips? Now, I don't personally have ankle weights, but I looked on Amazon and they're going to cost you like $40 for a set. I'm sure it could cost even more if you wanted like a really nice bougie one, right? Personally, I'd only use them for one exercise, which I'm about to show you. But I'm sure there's some other uses out there. I just don't know them. But anyways, yeah, you don't need to spend $40 on ankle weights. I'm going to show you how to do it for free. All you have to do is take your weight, step on it with both your feet, and then lean back. And your heels are going to keep it from landing on you at the top, and your toes are going to hold it from slipping out at the bottom. And you can go heavy with these. I've gone up to 45 pounds, so trust me, that's going to be heavy enough. So probably one of the most popular items on this list I'm going over is a gym pin. You've probably seen it on social media. The little skeleton guy lifted a bit more weight than he should be, with maybe not the greatest form. So before I tell you any sort of replacement, I'll say first try fixing your form, okay? And if even still you've got a little too much strength for the machine, then you can try this. Oh no, my machine is maxed out. What will I do? Oh, okay. Grab this guy, put it over here. All right, take your plate. And you can get it so that it's pushed all the way in. It's still gonna stay on there. And just like that, there's 25 extra pounds to the stack. This is something that I was the biggest fan of for quite a while. I don't know if you can, oh, I'll just hold it up to you there. Micro Gains. These are micro plates. I like these ones because they're colored and there's all sorts of different little weights in here. This one is 0.75, this one is 0.25 pounds, right? The little green one. So you can really get quite miniature on how you want to progressively overload. But these set me back, I want to say $45. Not too bad, but there's definitely something else you can do if you don't want to spend that kind of cash. And I'll show you it right now. So the important thing is you want to look at your cable, right? And this is a single pulley. Okay, so we don't want to use that. Instead, we're going to go over to a double pulley, which is half the weight that is actually on the stack. Now that we're on the right cable stack, you're just gonna grab a 2.5. You have this in your gym. If you don't, I don't know what kind of gym you're going to. There's usually one of these laying around. Now you put the 2.5 on the pin. It's that easy. You've just added 1.25 pounds, and that's pretty micro of loading, I'd say. So, you know, I just went from 35, let's say I was stuck at that for however many weeks, and I just wanted a PR, so now I'm at 36.25. I can do whatever exercise I was planning on doing. Probably not that, but there you go. All right, so depending on what order I edit the video, you've probably seen me wearing these up until this point. These are Echovision strap cuffs. These are specifically the TNF ones. But they're actually only $25, so not too bad, not too bad of an investment. You definitely need straps. I'm not going to show you how to replace the strap portion. I don't know how you would do that other than just having really strong grip. Even still, I'd say get some straps. But the cuff portion, on the other hand, well, that's something that I've had to go without for a long time. So normally what you do is you hook a cable up here so that you can do whatever kind of chest fly or any other exercise that you want to do without using your wrist, right? But $25, I mean, wow, that's like a couple meals, you know? So I don't know, here's something else. This guy right here, I know you got one of these in your gym. It's just a D handle. You gotta twist it sideways, get down so that the strap is at the very base of your wrist. You can grab like that if you want, or you could even just kind of let it sit down there. And then, well, this is the setup more for a tricep extension, right? And that's gonna be just fine. If you want to set things up for more like a fly variation, it's still gonna be the same idea. I just got my cable set all the way down here, but same idea. This time the strap is just gonna kind of go in this webbing area between your thumb and the rest of your hand, okay? And then you can just have it supported like that. And I'd recommend grabbing onto it. So then you can do your exercise from there. These are squat shoes, and they are one of the most expensive items on this list. They could be the most expensive depending on which ones you get. I think these were the Reebok Legacy Lifters. They were maybe $220.
They are pretty nice. I like them. I used them when I did powerlifting. I still use them for pretty much any time I do a squat movement because my ankle mobility is limited. So I like the heel elevation. These Reebok ones in particular, I think were the highest heel I could find out there. That's why I went with these. But there's other brands. I just don't think they have as much of a heel rise. So yeah, I mean, there's other brands out there that are even more expensive, I'm sure. But if you don't want to spend over $200 on some new footwear for the gym, there's something that I did for a very long time, and a lot of people still do. If you don't want to upgrade your footwear, you can always grab a couple plates, put them where you think you might need them. I'm sure you can work it out over time, but then when you do your squats, you can just put your heels on top of those. And it's not going to be quite as stable as squat shoes, and I definitely wouldn't recommend doing this if your main goal is strength or powerlifting. But if you're just looking at hypertrophy and trying to get enough range of motion on your squats, you're limited by your ankle mobility, well, this is going to do just fine for you, and I did it for quite a long time. So this is the final and most expensive item on our list. It is a 75-pound weighted vest. This cost me about $225. It's useful for weighted dips and weighted pull-ups. It's especially good for weighted pull-ups because instead of having the weight around your waist or your hips, where you're able to kind of leverage your lower back or your core to lift the weight, this shit's another advantage to having this is you can do weighted walks with it, or rucking as it's called, and weighted push-ups. So there's a lot more options with this than a dip belt, but that being said, it is pretty expensive, so here's something else you can do. So this is something that I'm pretty certain almost everyone has, at least one of them, and that's a backpack. What you can do is you can put weights in the backpack, and then it works almost just as well as the weighted vest. Now, of course, it's going to depend on your backpack and how much weight you can put in there, but beats spending $225.
One last disclaimer I want to make is I actually like most of the products in this video. Sure, you can come up with some janky setup to get the utility to be the same, or at least very similar, but a lot of these things earn their value through comfort and ease of use, convenience, really, you know? So a lot of this stuff, obviously, I made the decision to buy, right? So I saw the value in it, but let me know what you guys think. Which of these would you personally buy? I guess thank you for watching to the end of the video.